The University of Virginia terminated its agreements with fraternities Kappa Alpha Order and Phi Gamma Delta on July 1, 2022. This termination came following student affairs investigation into incidents of hazing within these two fraternities in the spring. The allegations against Kappa Alpha and Phi Gamma Delta have been made public by UVA. We asked Student Affairs at the University of Virginia if this termination has set a tone for hazing to be taken more seriously in the future, to which they responded, "We expect student organizations to abide by the laws of the Commonwealth and the university's hazing policy." In the past, the university has terminated the operating agreements of student organizations that engaged in severe hazing behavior, and we will continue to do so as necessary. We asked Kayvon Samadani, president of the University of Virginia's Interfraternity Council, about his reaction to the university's decision.
I was totally behind that decision. What they did was absolutely wrong, and there's no room for violence during the pledge process. And so myself and the rest of the governing board absolutely supported the university in their decision.
How has the IFC been working to prevent hazing?
We do what's called an FOA, and so every single year chapters are required to do education on hazing, sexual respect, diversity inclusion, and safe alcohol consumption or lack thereof. And in addition, this year Adam's Law is going to take effect. So it requires 100% in-person attendance to a wide variety of anti-hazing educational programs. And so the Gordy Center here at the University of Virginia is taking the lead and putting those on. And it basically means that any current and prospective members to any organizations, not just Greek Life, but any organization with a new member process needs to receive this training.
It has been alleged that these fraternities have been holding parties despite their removal from grounds. We asked if the university or IFC were able to regulate this.
Yeah, so interestingly, with the University of Virginia, and honestly I think it's a positive thing, but many of the houses are owned by the fraternity. They're owned by the Housing Corporation. And so whether or not that national body, that corporation chooses to evict the residents is up to them. A 4-year expulsion is almost certainly a death sentence. I would personally be shocked if they were able to successfully repetition on grounds. So I don't want to underscore the severity of that. However, while they still have active members, they could pass down the leases and what have you. Or the national organization can say, you know what, it's too expensive to insure a non-IFC affiliated group, so we're not going to let you live here anymore. That could happen next semester. But again, it's as far as the IFC and university is concerned, it's a group of students throwing a social gathering. What the IFC can do is just they're not included in any of our processes from now until 4 years from now if they choose to re-petition. But the university can't stop any of these groups from gathering, from having parties, and from trying to do some sort of recruitment intake. But I will say that given the good standing the IFC is in within the university community, I think it's going to be very difficult for these organizations, should they choose to try to operate underground, to convince young men looking for fraternity to step away from an organization like the IFC and to join their organization, which fell out of the good graces of the IFC for frankly deserved reasons.
The termination of the university's agreement with these fraternities seemed to mark a potentially significant moment in UVA's relationship with fraternities. We asked Kayvon how he sees the future of Greek life at UVA.
Clearly, young men at the University of Virginia want these associations. They want these close friendships. They want that brotherhood. And I don't really think that goes away. I think the people in the IFC are committed to being positive forces on grounds now more than ever. And when I look at the second years, occupying these leadership positions in the IFC, I'm very proud of the care that they have for the university. So I think as long as we continue to be a positive force in young men's lives and a positive force on grounds, I think the future of Greek life at UVA is just fine.